Hello everybody, it is December 7th tonight. It is the full moon in Gemini. This is the last full moon of the year, and the significance of this full moon is that Mars is actually also in retrograde right now. So Mars being in retrograde, the moon and Mars actually become conjunct. They are within the same house or same sign. And this is just a lot of amplified Mars energy. Mars is known for being the masculine planet. It is known for being the planet of anger and conflict, and known for being the planet of action as well. So we just have a lot more to be careful with, I feel like, with this full moon than with the previous full moons. So with this full moon, with a lot of full moons, it's all about manifesting and it's all about intentions and whatnot. With this full moon, it's more about taking a step back and like really observing everything that's going on in your life, observing your words, observing your actions, and being careful not to like be too powerful and too masculine about things and too full of anger and conflict. Usually retrograde is a time for us to like kind of look back and reflect on things. So the importance of this Mars retrograde is to kind of look back and to reflect and to make sure that we're just not being a little bit too aggressive with things that we say. I know that for me personally, with this Mars retrograde, now that I'm looking back on everything, I have been a little bit more reactive with my words. I have been a little bit quicker to anger, especially like right before I went to Maui on my vacation. Now that I'm back though, I feel much, much better. I've been reading some pretty awesome books, and they've really just like brought me into a much higher state of awareness and into a much higher consciousness than I was at before. I am much more in this present moment and not living in the past and not jumping too much into the future, because none of that matters. The only time that matters is this very present moment right now. So with the full moon and with so with the full moon is actually opposing the sun. The sun is actually situated in Sagittarius right now, and that's why anyone born today, their sun sign is Sagittarius. The importance of this is that Sagittarius and Gemini are both very masculine energies. So we have to be extra mindful of our communication. We may see ourselves kind of living both of the lower sides of both signs. So Sagittarius, actually Gemini first, I'll talk about Gemini first. With Gemini, the lower side of Gemini is that because it's such a talkative planet, and that's why we have to watch our speech right now. The lower side, though, of Gemini is just being a little bit more closed off. It's not really understanding someone else's perspective and not really seeing their point of view, or not even really trying to. And with Sagittarius, the lower side of Sagittarius sign is being more self-righteous and more arrogant. And admittedly, I am a Sagittarius rising and Sagittarius moon, and I do feel like that's been reflective of the emotions that I was feeling prior to going on my vacation. I was just kind of a little bit hot-headed. I had a lot of fire in me, but I'm feeling, I hope you can feel my energy out there, because I'm just feeling so much better, so much lighter right now in this very moment. So if we kind of catch ourselves being on the lower end of both of these signs, what we can do is we can try to raise our vibration, and we can raise it to the more positive sign or positive ends of these signs. And by doing that, we can actually attentively listen to another person when they talk, and we can really try to understand their point of view and where they're coming from with things, and just try not to jump too much into our own conclusions and to be within our own thoughts and our own mind. Our thoughts and our minds, the ego, as much as we need the ego to balance everything out, we just have to really keep in mind that it is our ego, and it's called that for a reason. I know that for me personally, I've been having some issues with that. Having read The Power of Now and starting the new book that I've been reading now, I've been really able to like kind of step into my power a little bit more, and to just kind of let that go a little bit, and to be more present in this moment right now, and to be more conscious, and to really think about things as they're happening, but to think about them, but to not overthink it. So right now it's important for us to really look at the bigger picture, and to still pay attention to the smaller details of things, but to look at the bigger picture of everything. My biggest takeaway from everything that I've researched about this full moon is to really, really, really transmute energy. So if you're feeling some sort of way, if you're feeling any negative energy, transmute that into self-love, because love comes from within. You can't seek it in someone else. Love always comes from within. We are all fighting our own battles, so why be mean to other people, and why use your words as a weapon against other people? If I've done that to you recently, I truly apologize. I am doing much better now, and I've been really just leaning into my power more, leaning into this present moment, letting go of all attachments, and releasing a lot of things. So this full moon, just release things, whatever that may be, and just know that it's okay, and learn to forgive yourself for maybe having not been the nicest person, because I know that I have not always been the nicest person, and I don't try to be the nicest person, but I also don't try to be a mean person as well. I'm not trying to put a label on myself, and I'm just trying to be. I'm just trying to be present. So let go of those things that are holding you back, even if it's your own resentment towards yourself. All right, full moon in Gemini, a time to reflect, a time to observe, and a time to really watch our words. I love you all.